Libra. In March, I want you guys to know that you guys are on the right path. The thing is that you're most likely on this path alone. While you may be or soon will be in a season of singleness, singledom, it's actually a really good thing because you need to do some serious healing. And once that healing is done, Spirit is going to point you in the direction of someone new who may be everything that you've been looking for. Want to know more? Keep watching and I'll explain all about it. What's up, Libra? It's your girl Mel of Divine Feminine Works, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are the things that interest you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, Libra, this is going to be your astro forecast and taroscope for the month of March 2021. I have to say, out the gate, I really like the astrology of this month. It's very chill. It's very much a welcome relief from a lot of the crazy planetary energy shifts and retrogrades that we've been experiencing over the past couple of months. It's like when we've got retrogrades and all of that stuff, it's like sometimes we have to take 10 steps back in order to go forward, right? I feel like this month, without any of that retrograde energy, with all planets going direct and moving forward, I feel like we can move forward. Not going to say effortlessly because, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but I definitely feel like we can move forward like uninterrupted and unbothered, which is great, right? So March is also, we split the month between Pisces and Aries, and it is the end of the astrological year into the beginning of the astrological year. So it's almost like this is like our December. Like this month, March is like the December of the Gregorian calendar. So Pisces season, we're wrapping things up, especially emotionally speaking, only to be reborn and start anew with Aries season. So for you, Libra, this month has a heavy emphasis on your 6th house of work and health and your 7th house of relationships. All right, so let's get into it. So while the sun is still in Pisces, this is going to light up your 6th house of work and health. And so with Pisces being your 6th house, it's all about being of service and being of service selflessly, like giving of your heart. Now, this isn't exactly charity work. This is work that you do in service to others, usually for pay, right? But I think that charity work and philanthropic work is going to play a big part in your life while the sun is still in Pisces. Maybe you need to engage in charity work, or maybe you have in the last couple of weeks, or at least at this present time. I also feel like when it comes to health matters are going to be highlighted, particularly during Pisces season and with the sun being in your 6th house. Now, Pisces rules the feet. So I don't know if you guys may have foot issues, maybe getting foot surgery, anything like that is sort of related to the sun in Pisces in your 6th house. Okay. So keep a lookout for that. Maybe some of you are experiencing some of that. So now once the sun moves into Aries on March 20th, that is going to light up your 7th house of relationships. And that is the house that's very natural to you because that's sort of the Libra house. The 7th house is not equal to the Libra house, but the energies are sort of the same. So you should be feeling very comfortable come Aries season. And once the sun moves into your 7th house, I feel like you guys are going to be relationship minded, even though you guys are already relationship minded. But I feel like it may be about starting new relationships, forging new partnerships, and also sort of taking a look at how you show up in relationships and what you need in relationships. Aries is a very self-centered sign, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just centered around the self. So you're going to be taking a look at relationships, but from your vantage point. All right. So that's what's going to happen once the sun moves into the sign of Aries, which is again on March 20th. Moving right along, we have the moon. So we have a new moon in the sign of Pisces on March 13th, and we've got a full moon in your sign of Libra on March 28th. So first things first, let's talk about the new moon. New moons are all about setting new intentions and planting new seeds. It's newness. It's planting new seeds, right? Setting new intentions for what you want to see grow in the future. And for you, Libra, this is going down in your 6th house of work and health. So for the new moon, you may want to set a new health regimen. You may want to get on a new diet. You may want to take this energy to sort of get your health back on track and back on the right footing, particularly with it being in your 6th house being Pisces, and Pisces rules the feet. Yeah, you might want to get that checked out as well. Okay. But again, that new moon is going to be very dreamy. It's going to be very love-centered. So maybe even if you're not trying to manifest a health situation, maybe you're trying to manifest a work situation. Maybe you want to be more of service. Maybe you want to have a better relationship with coworkers, things like that. Get more organized. Use your imagination as far as how you can improve your work situation and plant those seeds and set those intentions again with the new moon happening on March 13th. Now, on March 28th, we're going to have a full moon in your sign of Libra, which is going to be going down in your 1st house of self. Full moons do one of two things. They either show you the culmination of past activities. So think back 6 months ago to the Libra new moon, right? That was around your solar return. That was around your season. That was in your season. Around that time, you probably set intentions related to yourself, maybe personal goals, body goals, you know the vibes. So around this full moon, you're going to see the culmination of any of those seeds you planted 6 months ago. The other way, or the other sort of, how things work out with the full moon, is that it illuminates things that have been in the dark. And with this going down in your 1st house of self, Libra, I feel like this full moon is going to show you things about yourself that maybe you haven't addressed, whether it's health issues also. You see there's sort of this emphasis on health for you this month with a 6th house emphasis and a 1st house emphasis. So keep that in mind, especially if you've been going through some health issues. The full moon may show you where you've been lacking in terms of your health. Maybe it's your outlook on life. Maybe it's certain parts of your personality or even your psyche, maybe your way of thinking about yourself that's going to come to the forefront with this full moon. Now, being that this full moon is in the sign of Libra, is going to highlight any imbalances that you are experiencing, particularly as it relates to yourself on the one hand and your partners and partnerships on the other. So maybe there isn't any equity when it comes to your relationships. Maybe they're very one-sided. Maybe your needs aren't being addressed. Maybe you are being too selfish in relationships. I feel like this full moon in your sign of Libra, again, is going to highlight any of those imbalances so that you can find a happy medium and sort of balance the scales when it comes to that. And again, that's going down in your 1st house and on March 28th. Moving right along, we get to Mars, because back on March 3rd, Mars made its way into Gemini. And this was going down in your 9th house of long distance travel and higher education. So when Mars went into Gemini, it sort of energized wherever it was going, which is your 9th house. And Mars in Gemini is very versatile. It's very multitasking. It's like thinking a lot, starting a lot of things, taking action on a lot of the ideas that you have. So for you, Libra, 9th house governs long distance travel. So maybe you have been really bitten by the travel bug and you really want to take some trips. Maybe you're researching 10 different places to go, or you're planning 12 different trips. You know how that goes. So maybe that's how this transit is playing out for you with respect to that. For others of you, you may be researching a lot, especially on topics such as law, philosophy, things of that nature. Maybe some of you are still in college or university and your focus is on your studies. Maybe you're trying to pick 10 different majors, 3 different minors. Mars in Gemini is very much overload, particularly mental overload. So try not to spread yourself too thin, because you're kind of going to be all over the place. Mars in Gemini is also about starting things but not finishing them. So you don't want to leave a trail of unfinished projects and endeavors in your path. So keep that in mind. You want to stay at least a bit focused when it comes to this energy of Mars in Gemini. All right. Moving right along, let's talk about Mercury. So on March 15th, Mercury is going to make its way into Pisces, which is your 6th house of work and health. Mercury is in detriment in Pisces, meaning that its energy is very limited and weak. Mercury is very logical. It's very direct. It's all about communication and ideas. It's like bright ideas, communicating them effectively, etc. But when Mercury, I keep saying Mars, when Mercury is in Pisces, Mercury is sort of forced to think, is sort of forced to feel more so than think. And it's all about using your intuition and tapping into your emotions, which makes Mercury very uncomfortable. For you, Libra, this is playing out in your 6th house of work and health. So when it comes to how you relate to clients, customers, co-workers, your ability to effectively communicate is going to be debilitated. But on the other hand, I feel like you're going to be able to forge more emotional bonds with these people because you're going to be able to speak from your heart, use your intuition, etc. Another important characteristic of this transit is that you're going to want to make decisions based on your intuition. So when it comes to work, when it comes to working more efficiently, when it comes to serving clients and customers, use your intuition to guide you. It definitely won't steer you wrong. All right. And finally, let's talk about Venus, because on March 21st, Venus is going to make her way into Aries, which is your 7th house of relationships. Venus is the relationship planet. So I feel like you guys, being the relationship sign, because you're also ruled by Venus, you guys are going to have a lot of relationship sort of focus come Aries season. Now, Venus in Aries is very direct, it's very blunt, and it's very impatient. So for those of you who are looking to forge new partnerships, I feel like that's the energy with which you're going to be approaching these new relationships. It's going to be very blunt. It's going to be very direct, very physical driven. So a lot of sex perhaps, but not much commitment. So if you're looking for commitment, I feel like Aries season may not be the time for you. I feel like this is more so playing the field, keeping things light, etc. But again, this is going down in your 7th house of relationships. And that's going to happen when Venus transits into Aries on March 21st. All right, Libra, so that has been the astro forecast for you for March 2021. If you'd like to know more about what March has in store for you, the link to the monthly and weekly horoscopes are in the description box below. So don't forget to check those out and read for your sun, moon, and rising sign. All right, so now that we've gotten the astrology out of the way, let's get into the tarot and see what messages Spirit has for you this month. All right, Libra, so you know the deal. We start out with the oracle cards for an overarching and broad message, and then we circle back in with the tarot for more specific stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, ooh, I like this. I don't know which other sign got this, but another sign got this month. This card is Thunderbird Tracks, and this says you are going in the right direction. It's a very positive omen. Again, you're going in the right direction. You're on the right track. You're on the right path. Let's see what path you are on. Okay. Ooh, we got boundaries. Okay, cool. So obviously this is setting yourself apart from people. Some of you may be at a distance from people, I'm hearing. This is the number 18, which is 9. So this is like being by yourself. Some of you may be single right now, I'm getting overwhelmingly you're at a distance from someone, or you're putting distance between you and someone else. Okay. And then we have within the next few months. So, okay, within the next few months, something is going to happen. Maybe these barriers are going to be broken within the next few months. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing right now, I get the sense that you're on the right track, so you're doing the right thing. So if you feel like you're being guided to put some distance between you and someone else, if you feel like maybe someone has put up some distance between you, like they've separated from you, or they've put some distance between you and them, it's the right thing to do. Let's just say that. All right. I'm interested to see how this message is going to play out. So let's get into the tarot and see what we have here. It never fails. Whenever I do readings, my nose starts to itch. It's like someone is putting a feather under my nose. So if you see me rubbing my nose, touching my nose, it's just because it's like super itchy. Same thing with the sniffling. All right, let's get some more cards out here. See what this is all about. Oof. Okay. It's interesting because when I was shuffling your cards to get ready for your reading, the word awkward came up because I was shuffling and it was very awkward. It's almost like I had never touched the cards before. And with the cards just spilling out right now, you're feeling awkward. There's a situation that's awkward. Maybe it's awkward that there are boundaries, that there's a distance between you and someone else, or someone that you're dealing with. It's awkward. But I don't know, take that as it resonates. I think that's a message for somebody. Okay. Let's get some cards out here. All right. So first card out is Four of Swords. This is healing. Okay. Some of you are mending your heart. Some of you are just enjoying, like, it's quiet time, meaning that you're not really talking to many people. Again, with this boundaries and this 1 and 8 reducing to a 9. Some of you are in a some of you are in a season of singleness and you're healing, which is good. I love to see this card because not enough people understand the importance of healing your heart, particularly after you've gone through some traumatic, emotionally intense times. Like, this is very important. So you're on the right track. So if you find yourself, some of you need to put up boundaries so that you can get to the healing that you need. But y'all are on the right track. Okay. Let's get some more cards out here. Okay, we've got Five of Wands. So yeah, there's been some conflict in the past. Perhaps that's why this boundaries card is here, because there was a lot of conflict, competition, strife, and it's like you need this rest. So some of you, I get this sense that whatever this conflict or strife is, it's still going on. But I feel like you've consciously made the decision to remove yourself from whatever this is, whatever this conflict is. Okay, we've got the Tower. So this talks about something suddenly happening. And it's interesting because as I pulled this card, something drew my attention over here, that like something flashed over here real quick. There's a spirit around here right now. That's number one. Number two, something is going to suddenly happen. Almost like, I feel like it's going to suddenly happen with respect to this conflict. I don't know if it's going to break up this conflict. Perhaps your exit from this situation, you putting up boundaries, sort of like change the situation very quickly and drastically. But I think I'm going to clarify this card to see exactly what it is. Or something's going to suddenly happen within the next few months. But like I said, we'll clarify. Okay. Yeah, we've got the Chariot here. This is about moving forward. Something could have happened, okay? What I'm getting is like there was an ongoing conflict, ongoing battle, ongoing competition, and something suddenly happened that like woke you up to the fact that you don't need to be in this situation. So you sort of took your ball and went home. You decided to not engage in this conflict anymore, and whatever happened was out of your control. So I don't think it was something that you purposely did or someone else purposely did. I think Spirit sort of threw in this thunderbolt to shake things up and get you to move forward away from this drama, conflict, whatever it is. And now this is where you're at. Peaceful, by yourself, resting and healing. Okay, let's get 3 more cards out here. 1, 2, 1 more. Okay, got 4. All right, yeah, you walked away. Whatever it is, this conflict, this situation definitely was not fulfilling for you anymore, and you definitely walked away. Something ended. Could be a relationship, could be a situation, but there was definitely an ending to something, and it was done by Spirit. Again, this was not something that you purposely did or someone else purposely did. Spirit was like, I need you to get out of the situation, so I'm going to create something crazy that happens, something unexpected, something shocking, so that you wake up and you leave. Okay. Then we have 8 of Wands. Some sort of message might have come in very quickly at that, a message from afar. This is also, the 8 of Wands also reminds me of the 9th house, which is where Mars is transiting for you this month, Libra. And I feel like this Mars in Gemini in your 9th house transit sort of got you to move away. And that happened, Mars went into Gemini back on March 3rd. So perhaps around that time or shortly thereafter, even maybe when you're watching this video, I feel like something's going to happen around that time. Perhaps a message from afar, or some sort of, I'm getting the word distance between you and someone else. This could be someone who is physically distant from you, like you're in different states or different countries. Others of you, you're putting emotional distance between you and someone else, but there is a distance that is significant this month. Okay. And then we got, look, this is you, justice. Okay. Some of you, this could be a partnership, right? So this could be a business partnership. This could be a marriage, someone who you have a legal binding obligation to. I know that sounds super technical, but this could involve a marriage. This could involve someone that you're doing business with. Like I said, someone that you're under contract with. Maybe you need to put distance. Maybe the situation was crazy. Maybe the situation was competitive. It was tumultuous. And then something happened that caused you to walk away. I'm definitely going to clarify what this is. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. The bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. And this speaks to you being by yourself, but being abundant by yourself. I feel like you're learning the value of being by yourself. Libra, you guys are very much a relationship-oriented sign. And so relationships play a huge part in your life and in your identity to a certain extent. And I feel like you're understanding how much more, I feel like some of you think that your abundance lies in partnerships, whether it's marriages, whether it's business, whether it's friends, whatever. But I feel like you're learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. Not that you couldn't before, not that you have stability issues, but I feel like as far as identity, as far as always being tied to something or someone, I feel like you're cutting those ties and you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, have your own self-autonomy and be okay with that. Because I keep getting this singleness. 1 and 8 is 9. This is singleness. This is the 9 of Pentacles, singleness. We have this, even though this isn't a 9, this is a 4 of swords. This is also talks about being by yourself. So some of you are very much in a season of singlehood. And that's a good thing. Not only is it a good thing, it's by design. I feel like spirit is designing it that way to get you to where you need to go and to have your own abundance. All right, let's get some clarification out here. First and foremost, I want to clarify what this Tower is. What is this Tower card? Why is it here? Lovers. Okay. Look at this. Is this not about being together? Something happened in a relationship. Someone may have, especially with the, it sounded weird, especially with the 5 of Wands here with competition. So someone was trying to be with your partner. You may have been stepping out. Your partner may have been stepping out. Someone else may have had eyes on your partner. You may have eyes on someone else. You know, you get what I'm saying, right? I feel like that is this happening that happened suddenly that is causing you to leave. Okay. Let's see what this boundaries card is. But over anything else, leaving a crazy situation, going out on your own, being single is the right move. And it's putting you in a position where spirit can bless you. Whether that's with a new relationship, whether that's with money and abundance, you being single is a very good thing right now. Okay, let's get one on boundaries. Spirit is like, you don't need to clarify that. That's why no cards are coming out. All right, let's get one on within the next few months. What's going to happen within the next few months? For some of you, you guys are going to be walking away within the next few months. So some of you are still in the thick of this. Some of you haven't gotten to the healing part yet. You're still in it, but I feel like you're going to make a complete break within the next few months. Particularly if this is someone that you are married to, someone that you're under contract with, you really can't just get up and walk away, right? It's a process. And I feel like that process will be completed within the next few months. Okay. We've got thoughts and we've got mature woman. All right. So some of you are going to be led to someone else, perhaps a mature woman. Doesn't have to be a woman. You know how it is. But whoever you've been thinking about, I think that's where you're going to be directed within the next few months. Because you see this, You really, not only is he thinking about her, he's painting a picture about her. You are fantasizing about somebody. You are thinking about someone very heavily. And I feel like within the next few months, that is where you're going to be led to this person within the next few months. Perhaps you're going to communicate with them within the next few months. All right. There's an issue with a home here. So for some of you, particularly if you're going through a divorce, the house is a very heated, and there's a lot of contention related to a home that you may have shared with someone, that you may have bought with someone. If you're in a real estate deal with someone, I feel like there's going to be some drama related to a house or a home this month. Okay. It's not all bad though. It's not bad at all. What am I saying? It's not all bad. It's not bad at all because you're on the right track. I love how this card came out first because it's letting you know, regardless of what else is being said in this reading, first things first, you are on the right track. You're on the right track. So if you are debating whether you should leave a certain situation, particularly I'm hearing with respect to a business situation, some of you are like, I don't know if I should stay. I don't know if I should go. You should go. Let this be the confirmation that you were looking for. You should go. And put yourself on the right track when it comes to that. All right. Sorry, my dog, I think like I got a delivery right now. And my dog is like wilding out. So that's what you hear. Okay. It's time to let something go. It's time to let something end. And you are going to be put on the right track and exactly where you need to be. All right. Let's get some astrology cards to close out this reading. Okay, let's get 3 cards out here. First card out is Virgo. Okay, so some of you may need to go. Some of you may need to leave a Virgo. Some of you, this is who you're going to be led to. Some of you, you've got a Virgo on your mind like crazy. That's where you're going to be led to in the next few months. Okay. Some of you, I'm hearing Virgo season. Something may have been tumultuous since Virgo season. Others of you, whatever situation needs to end. If there's a situation that you're still in that hasn't ended yet, it may end by Virgo season. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards out here. Okay. We've got first house, which is self. This is where the full moon is going down for you, Libra. So on March 28th, when we have the full moon in the sign of Libra, that's going down in your first house of self. And it's going to show you where there are imbalances within your relationships, where things are not imbalanced. So definitely pay attention around the full moon. It's going to show you a lot about relationships, particularly if you're still within a relationship that's tumultuous. It's going to really exacerbate a lot of things. I'm also hearing if you're in a legal proceeding with respect to a marriage, like you're getting a divorce, or maybe you're suing a business partner or whatever, something around the full moon is going to be revealed that may help your case or that may be surprising when it comes to your case. Okay, let's get one last card out here. Okay, we've got 11th house. 11th house is also about dreams come true, right? It says the edge, but it says hope, humanity, the future. Okay. Some of you are being led to someone. I'm getting like this mature woman. That doesn't mean that this person is old. It just means that they may be mature in their thinking, in their emotions, whatever. But whoever you're thinking about, I feel like that is the future. That is where you're being led. And I'm overwhelmingly like there's something about Virgo. Could be a Virgo person or could be Virgo season. But something about Virgo is standing out a lot in this reading. All right. So Libra, things are okay. I get the sense that many of you feel like because there's distance between you and someone, because you've had to end something, because relationships are in flux for you right now, that things are not okay. But trust and believe that you are on the right track. And being by yourself right now is a good thing because one, I feel like some of you need to get your money up. Others of you need to heal your heart so that you can be ready for the partnership that you ultimately crave and the partnership that spirit is ultimately leading you to. All right. right, Libra, that has been your astro forecast and tarot scope for the month of March 2021. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important message from this reading. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or order an astrology report, those links are in the description box below, so don't forget to check those out. And while you're checking things out, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead where I do a quick and dirty tarot reading just like this. It's an astro forecast and tarot scope for the upcoming week. So follow me there so you don't miss any of that. As always, Libra, everything I do is a labor of love and comes straight from the bottom of my heart. If you feel so inclined and would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, and tips are always greatly appreciated, I'll leave that link in the description box as well. Libra, my loves, as always, it is a privilege and an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time.